Hey, this is the best. Donald Trump flipped out because a jury has acquitted Hillary Clinton's lawyer. If you haven't been following this story, this is the absolute best. Former Hillary Clinton campaign attorney Michael Sussman has been acquitted of lying to the FBI about Donald Trump and Russia during the 2016 election. This was supposed to be the big smoking gun. Trump was talking about this. Others have been talking about this with regard to the 2016 election. We were finally going to get the proof of everything Hillary did to me during my campaign, as Trump liked to say. And the verdict, indeed, is that Mr. Sussman has been acquitted. A Clinton campaign lawyer, Michael Sussman, found not guilty of lying to the FBI in a blow to the Durham investigation. Trump's been talking about this Durham investigation for months and months and months. A Hillary Clinton campaign lawyer, Michael Sussman, was acquitted of lying to the FBI, the first trial of special counsel John Durham's investigation. The verdict is a major defeat for Durham and his Justice Department prosecutors, who have spent 3 years looking for wrongdoing in the Trump-Russia probe. He claimed Sussman lied during a 2016 meeting in which he passed a tip to the FBI about Trump and Russia. The jury deliberated for 6 hours over 2 days and reached a verdict. The case revolved around Sussman's 2016 meeting with James Baker, a friend who was the FBI's general counsel. Sussman passed along a tip, which led to a 4-month FBI inquiry into a possible internet back channel between the Trump organization and the Kremlin-linked Alpha Bank. Both companies denied the claim. The FBI found no improper cyber links. So here is Sussman speaking about the verdict, and then I'm going to show you how Trump flipped out.
I have a few thoughts to share now that the trial has ended. First, I told the truth to the FBI, and the jury clearly recognized that with their unanimous verdict today. I'm grateful to the members of the jury for their careful and thoughtful service. Despite being falsely accused, I'm relieved that justice ultimately prevailed in my case.
So this is called due process. And Trump absolutely flips out on his platform, Truth Social.
Truth Central.
Saying our legal system is corrupt. Our judges and justices are highly partisan, compromised, or just plain scared. Our borders are open. Our elections are rigged. Inflation is rampant. Gas prices and food costs are through the roof. Our military leadership is woke. Our country is going to hell. And Michael Sussman is not guilty. How's everything else doing? Enjoy your day. This was a jury that acquitted him. This was the people. If they are for law and order and due process, then this man is not guilty. Due process has taken place. It has been adjudicated. Remember when Trump said that Durham's case was going to be bigger than Watergate and it was going to expose the biggest political crime of the century? Which when asked, Trump said, you know what it is. He wouldn't even say what it was. Obamagate. None of these things are anything. And Fox News immediately running with the jury was in D.C. It was a bad jury. This is due process, and they don't like the outcome. Take a look at this.
But it was given the auspice of being true, not because of a media report, but because of an FBI investigation into President Trump. And at the center of that was this Sussman meeting. And Michael Sussman, the prosecutor in this case, Britton Shaw, argued that he wanted a, quote, October surprise, that was at the heart of his intentions. It doesn't appear that the jury bought that. But I think David Spunt raises a key point, Harris. The D.C. jury pool. This is an area of our country where 76% of people in the District of Columbia are registered Democrat. This was a jury pool of 37 that was whittled down to a smaller number. But of those 37 jurors, there were many avowed Clinton supporters who said they had donated to the Clinton campaign. Some of those individuals weren't chosen, but about a third of that jury pool was either a Clinton supporter or had strong feelings about the election.
Listen, in every case, in the Rittenhouse case, in any case, there's always some beliefs on the jury that might superficially seem in some way adversarial to one side or the other. But we have a process for jury selection during which people are asked, do you think you can fairly evaluate the facts? And if the facts point this way or that way, you would be able to, and people say, yes, I would, or no, I wouldn't. It's the same jury selection process you have anywhere. And this is an absurd post hoc justification.
And prosecutors were very frustrated that they would not get a fair shake here. So I think this does raise questions on how fair of a shake you can be given in D.C. with a jury pool that does oftentimes weigh partisanly in one direction.
You can't prosecute Republicans in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is, let me see, Washington, D.C. Republican, Democrat percentage. I guess it's like roughly 70 something percent. I mean, you can't, no Republican led prosecution and no Democratic defendant can be fairly evaluated because there's just too many Democrats in Washington, D.C. This is essentially what they are saying. These people are shameless. They are only concerned with the consequences. This is the due process they claim to be about. This is the law and order they claim to be about. The Durham investigation was allowed to happen. Nobody interfered with it. They were able to bring charges. They were able to show we have at least probable cause, or probable cause maybe is the wrong term. A judge said there's enough here to move forward and have a trial. You got a jury. Prosecution and defense were allowed to evaluate the jury. They settled on a jury. They had the trial. They had deliberations. They had a verdict. It was in D.C. Of course he was acquitted. Of course he was acquitted. They will never be satisfied with law and order if it doesn't give them the outcome that they want. And I mean, is this it for the Durham probe? Probably not. But we are going to continue to follow it. It's not feeling like the Durham investigation is going to expose the so-called biggest crime of the century. It's not my sense that that's the direction that it's going. Let me know. We'll be posting these stories on our Facebook page, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. We'll take a quick break and be back right after this. What if you could get through an entire nonfiction book in just 15 minutes? Blinkist takes top nonfiction books in every genre, boils them down into a text or audio explainer that you can consume in 15 minutes. Of course, Blinkist would never replace reading real books in their entirety, but Blinkist lets you absorb the most important insights from the nonfiction books you wouldn't otherwise have time for. I have a ton of different ways I consume information, and Blinkist is one of those, and it's super efficient. I just used Blinkist to listen to the book Toxic Positivity. Super interesting, just about this like happiness obsessed culture that now we live in. Got through it in 15 minutes with all of the key points. Blinkist also takes tons of popular podcasts and creates a 15-minute explainer for each episode. And Blinkist really just empowers you to grow by discovering new ideas, knowledge that will give you valuable new perspectives about the world. Go to Blinkist.com/Pakman to try Blinkist free for 7 days, and you'll get 25% off a premium subscription that's just $6.25 a month. The link is down below.